Good afternoon, everyone. Yesterday, I think I had given you all some task on the modules, that is module number 2, wherein there is something called as performance planning, self-appraisal, and performance analysis. So today I'll just quickly explain all these concepts. Yesterday I was trying to check how acceptable you are for the assignments, and will you be able to understand if at all it is any online classes are not taken. Yeah. Well, with that, we'll get started with the module called as planning performance for role clarity, accountability, and effectiveness. So here you can see the word performance planning. So performance planning is usually done by the manager. Now what he does here is he is supposed to outline his activities. Now what are these activities? Activities are nothing but the task, the job that an manager is supposed to do in an organization. So in case of performance planning, what a manager does is he's supposed to list down the activities or the tasks or the key performance areas. Now he's supposed to fix certain period or the time that he's supposed to complete the listed KPAs, and he's supposed to also plan whether he'll be able to contribute towards the organizational outcome or not. So the entire planning, performance planning process, it will tell one, what are our KPAs, key performance areas, what is the time limit that we are going to attach for achieving those KPAs. Thirdly, are we contributing something for the organizational outcomes? So this is about the performance planning. Now, how should this performance planning to be done? In the sense, what all it should be having. Yeah, the first one, if you see, key performance indicators or key performance areas. So you should be able to understand what are your important jobs, what are you responsible for. Secondly, you have to understand whether this covers your entire job or not. Third thing, your important priority areas, are they indicated or are they just ignored? So that also has to be considered. The fourth point, if you can see, can an employee be appraised based on KPIs? Now when you yourself design the KPIs, your immediate boss should be able to appraise you based on the KPIs. So KPIs should be measurable. So whatever you design the KPIs or the activities or the task for yourself, those should be measurable. Most importantly, the KPIs that you design or the targets that you design should be challenging. Okay, I hope you understand challenges, targets that are challenging. You need to specify the standards, and also you're supposed to allocate the time. So in a nutshell, I can say, one, KPA should be drafted. These KPAs should cover your entire job. You should not forget your important areas. You should also have certain targets which are challenging you, and you should have certain absolute standard where you can where your KPIs could be measured. Ultimately, time is supposed to be allocated for the listed KPIs. I'll just leave this part there. These two slides are self-explanatory. I know I have already passed the slides to y'all, so let me come towards this important thing. So whenever we go for performance planning, you are supposed to undergo certain tasks. Now look at the first point. It is called as task analysis or activity analysis. Here what we actually do is, your job description or job description has to be divided into tasks, and all these tasks has to be analyzed. In the sense, what are important to you all, like this: what is important, what is urgent, not important, and not urgent. So whenever we do this task analysis, you will have to put up the KPIs in those four quadrants. Accordingly, you can set in the priorities, you can set in the time, okay, and follows the target. So first step, if you see, task analysis or activity analysis has to be perfectly done, and based on that, the important KPIs are measured. And the third thing is key result areas. Result areas are again the measurable ones, which are in terms of numbers. Yeah, the next one, you see, target identification. In the sense, the targets are set. Finally, the action plans. Now if I am able to achieve this target, what is the next action plan? Am I given the next higher responsibility, or should I improvise on certain KPIs, or should I relook into my KPIs? So somewhere action plans are decided. Should we go for training, development, or retraining, or reskilling, what we call? And finally we go for goal setting exercises. Goal setting exercise is like you again get into designing the KPIs for the coming months, or coming appraisal period. Now this is what happens in individual performance planning. Now how are these KPIs identified? See, look at the point here. Key performance areas need to be indicated. This plays a very important role. Now the question comes, how are we going to identify this? So usually what happens in an organization, a group of 4 to 5 people, what they do is, who are presently doing the job, who had done the role in the past, and immediate boss. So all these 4 to 5 people sit together. What they do is, they make an exhaustive list of all the tasks that the employee is supposed to do in that particular job. They are going to list down the task, okay, or the activity. Now these tasks and the activities have to be grouped. We are supposed to group them. Now it is called as grouping of activities. Once the grouping is done, for every group we are going to identify the performance area. Okay, now once that is done, now this entire 3 steps, this is called as task analysis. In the sense, the entire job responsibility is divided into tasks, is divided into activities, and all these tasks and activities is supposed to be grouped. And this grouping of activities, we are going to tie them with the performance areas. Every group is given a performance area. Then comes the most important point here is weightages. Weightages are to be given for any employee in an organization. He is not supposed to do the same, or you can say the KPIs. Equal weightage cannot be given. Okay, so it all depends on the job that the man is doing. So accordingly the weightages has to be set. Now once the weightages are set, you can see performance areas for different roles will be listed, and this listed KPIs are available to all the employees in the form of, in the books of performance appraisal. Now what happens here is, in the beginning of every appraisal period, or in the beginning of any year, what an employee does is, he discusses these KPIs, the weightages, with his immediate boss, and consider the plans for the organization or the department. And also he is going to discuss whether any KPIs can be improvised, or any KPIs can be relooked. Now this is what happens when we are designing the key performance areas. So before we start the appraisal period, this is the background that we are supposed to do. So in a nutshell, I can say, one, grouping of activities to be done. After grouping of activities is done, we are going to formulate certain performance areas. Third important thing, weightages are given. Now once the weightages are given, these appraisal forms are available to all the employees at the beginning of the year. Now this appraisal areas that you have identified, this discussion should happen with the employee and the boss. Reconsideration, reframing, addition of KPIs are done before the appraisal period starts. Yeah, I hope you all are getting it. Now let's get into performance targets. So targets, as all of us know, it can be measured in two types: the qualitative and the quantitative way of measuring the targets. One in terms of the quality, the other in terms of the numbers. Now this can be explained when we yesterday, if you remember, I had told you all to get into certain examples which are available in the textbook. So textbook where you can see marketing managers performance target, HR managers, accounts manager, finance manager, production manager, R&D manager. So every profile's targets are clearly set. So through that, this concept can be understood better. Now what we'll do is, I'll quickly run through few examples which speaks about the KPIs of different profile. The first, now here profile I've taken here is a marketing manager. Now one of the KPI that I have noted down in the slide is, he is supposed to introduce a new product called as X in a specified region to him. Now this is one of the KPI. Now if I want to measure this KPI, I am supposed to design the KPIs. Now KPIs are nothing but key performance indicators. Key performance indicators are also called as the targets. You're getting it? So always these KPIs, or you can say KPIs or the targets are always in terms of number. Now imagine that the performance area for marketing manager is he's supposed to introduce a new product in XYZ region. Okay, the first thing that he has to do is train all the district representatives and ensure that they are ready to distribute this particular product X in the next 3 months. Second way of measuring his performance or target is personally he is supposed to contact 10 customers from each district and get their feedback about the product X. Ultimately, is supposed to evolve the marketing strategy at the end of the year for increasing the sales of the product X. Now, this is how we are going to measure a single KPA. Now, similarly, for a marketing manager, there could be n number of KPAs designed. For example, 10, 12 KPAs designed. Now, for every 12 or 10 KPAs, we are supposed to identify the KPIs or the targets. Getting it? Now, let's take example of finance manager finance. Now, one of the KPA that we have decided is he's supposed to get into cost reduction. Now, if he's supposed to get into cost reduction, there should be some measurables. The measurables are nothing but the KPIs. Just go through the slide. Collect 10 ideas per month for cost reduction from 6 operating manager. Complete the write-ups and acceptance of company cost reduction manual and distribute to all the managers by the end of the year. You look at it, cost reduction looks wonderful. It's one of the best KPA that a finance manager can have. But how do we measure it? We have to measure one, is he ready with his manual, wherein this is going to reach to every other employee who is reducing the cost, whether it is ready or not. Secondly, he is supposed to collect 10 best ideas from all these 7 best operating managers on how to reduce the cost. This is how the KPA and the KPIs are designed for the different profile. One more examples here. You can see the KPA for the R&D development R&D manager. Now KPA that we have listed is he is supposed to develop a new product. Now, if R&D is supposed to develop a new product as his KPA, how do we measure it? We have to measure one, has he done certain literature review? Has he done certain patent research? By the end of the year, he's supposed to present at least 5 patentable ideas which are going to enter into the new market. Now complete design and development of new prototype in the next 12 months within the cost of XYZ has to be ready. Now look at our KPIs, very crisp. We are giving the targets very nicely. One, you can see he's supposed to complete the literature and patent review, patent research. Once he does that, at the end of the year, 5 patentable ideas has to enter into the new market, isn't it? Now secondly, he's supposed to design and develop a new prototype, and again months, and the cost is given. This is how the KPIs are done. Okay, these you can just go through the slide. Just an example how KPIs are done. Now let me quickly run through certain KRA formats of HR head. Okay, so you can just go through it. Now look how the KPIs for HR managers are done. You can see the key result areas here. Yeah, or usually KPAs and KRAs are interchangeably used, so you can name it as key performance areas. Now for a HR manager, the first key performance area you can see, now this is called as the recruitment. Okay, now look at my KPI. What is my KPI? Average lead time to recruit employees. Now average lead time is to recruit employees, how much of time I am consuming. Okay, the next one, performance score of new employees within 6 months. Now performance score of a new employee acts as a KPI for a HR manager, isn't it? Now look at the next column there, weightages are given. Look at the weightage, is it same? No, right? It is varying. Similarly, targets are also set. Some targets are measured in terms of percentage, 50%, 90%, and so on. Some targets in terms of numbers, in terms of hours, in terms of years. Sometimes it so happens as in terms of number of employees that we recruit, number of training sessions that we have done, number of appraisal meetings we have done, number of development programs we have conducted, number of MDPs on career development. Okay, how much percent of employees we have retained, isn't it? So these become the targets. Now across the target you have the actuals. Now actuals, next to that you have the scores, and then comes the final scores. Weighted average method is used whenever we are calculating the scores. So one important thing what you have to remember is your KRA document is this way. One side you have the key result areas or the key performance areas. Next to that you have all the indicators. So these indicators also have certain weightages. Now this weightage has to come up to 100. Okay, and then comes the targets which are again measured in terms of numbers, percentage, hours, years, and so on. And then comes your actual score, and then the final score which says score multiplied by the weightages. Now, this is one of the format. Now some organizations may also go with this. See, they don't call it as KRA, instead they say responsibility, key areas, okay, or the responsibility. And then of course the targets are given, and then across month the employee's performance is measured. Yeah, this is one more form. I have already passed this slide to you all, so you can just go through it. So every other appraisal format, if you see, one side they have KRAs, or they mention it as responsibility, or they call it as performance indicators. See here you can see KRAs. KRAs broken down into indicators. One KRA can be measured in see how many, 6 ways, isn't it? And then you give certain weightages here, okay, and certain targets are also given. So self rating option is also given. Your immediate boss, the reporting officer, also rates you. We call it as appraiser rating. And then comes the weighted average score, and finally certain comments to be given for every KPA, or you can say KPIs. You're getting it? This is how KRAs are formed in the organization. I hope you understood the concept here. I'll just take 2 minutes to quickly run through this particular content. We have started